Crypto that will make you a millionaire in 2025. Why is that the title of this video? That's exactly what you are searching on YouTube right now. YouTube have alerted me that this is what people are searching for currently in crypto. Coins that will make you a millionaire, which makes sense because that's exactly what retailer companions sound like. So, my retailer companions out there, you are seeking riches. Yes, crypto does make you wealthy. You got to buy low, you got to sell high. You don't have to do it many times. You just got to get into depression. Unfortunately, you aren't paying attention to that. So for everyone else watching, we know exactly what's coming. The Coinbase App Store ranking, I think it's around 200. Once that starts to get into the top 5, it'll be very, very dangerous. But right now, we've got nothing to worry about. Now, I'm not going to give you an altcoin list. And by the way, you wouldn't even believe them anyway, because depends if it happens. The new people come in, they get into a coin. If it's not moving in literally 72 hours, they sell it and they go move to the other stuff that is moving. That's exactly what happened in 2021. I want to share with you this funny news as well. Bitcoin Magazine. Don't buy the Bitcoin dip. Now is not the time to make sizable Bitcoin purchases. So it's kind of funny. And I've written here, sounds exactly like what a bottom zone would say. Now, I want to remind you of something. Why is Ethereum sucking? Well, man, I've been making videos for literally 2 years on Ethereum's third cycle curse. Ethereum's third cycle curse. Man, these videos, Ethereum third cycle curse prophecy. Beware, like over and over and over again. I did not know what the curse would do. I did not know that when Bitcoin was 100K, it would be this bad. I thought Ethereum would be like $8,000 to $10,000 by now. This is like 2.5 years ago. But now Ethereum's closer to 3. What do we do? Well, I'm not giving up. Okay, just because markets keep getting cheaper does not mean you are more wrong. It just means they kept getting cheaper. Let me give you an example. If you knew out there was a criminal who has committed crimes and will continue to commit crimes, just because you see him feeding a puppy in the dog park, and you're like, you know what, that guy's a criminal, and then the next day he goes back to the dog park and he feeds another puppy, are you wrong about him being a criminal? No. You're like, oh, I just fed the puppy again and again and again and again, okay? So you can actually use these same principles in markets. It just takes time. You just don't know when. It's a period of time. The longer period of time you give yourself, the higher odds of success, okay? This is markets and cycles. That's why you don't take on highly leveraged bets, hoping this turns around soon. So if Ethereum does turn it around, and you can see it on the Ethereum to Bitcoin ratio here, if Ethereum does turn it around, all the people who leveraged betting that this would happen, like any day now, they pretty much lose and then they don't get the recovery. By the way, I saw like some guy liquidate like $20 million of ETH. He's actually rotated into BTC here. He bought it up here and now he sold it here. It's kind of funny that he's a bottom signal. Now, friends, if you're begging for a pagan, like everybody out here in PulseChain, this was interesting. Richard Hart made a post talking about this postcards competition, and he called on some like call to action stuff out here. And he goes, the answer to your dreams is marketing, promotions, positively, pressure, price, performance. So he uses different terms and words to basically like just help people use good, I guess, terminology in postcards and stuff out here. Now, interesting, Mr. Decentralized Me covers that Richard Hart, in his description, he talks about how minting stablecoins can make you wealthy. How? Like the actual wealthiest people in the world. So if you don't know, friends, how do wealthy people stay wealthy? Their assets. So if a family owns like a hotel business, whatever, they never sell the assets. They hold the assets and they borrow on them. So if they have a hotel for $100 million for a family chain, they don't sell the hotel to go and spend money. What they do is they're collecting like yield, I guess, from the hotel as well, but they'll get a credit card that's like linked to the repayments on there. So maybe JP Mosquito or Citibug or Goldman Slugs, they'll give them like a loan credit. They go, well, you can borrow up to $10 million on this card. That's how much you can spend. So people will just spend their bills on it, and then what they're hoping over time happens is like even if you have a constant debt, you're hoping that the appreciation of the asset outperforms it. Now with property, you really can't, because if you're growing at 3 to 8% per year, usually the interest rate loan they'll give you on these usually ends up being like 5 or 8%. So you don't really outmatch it. But Bitcoin and crypto is different. In Bitcoin, for example, you're growing at 50, but the debt you can borrow out there is like 8. That's what Michael Saylor's doing. He's borrowing at like 8%, whatever it is, or 5%, trying to get 0%, and he's just buying buying Bitcoin. But you can actually access this in DeFi as well. So if you had $1 million of assets, $1 million of, let's say after the bull market's over, $1 million in Bitcoin, Ethereum, you could put it into Aave. You could mint yourself like 1% of that. You're like, hey, I've got $10,000 spending money. The problem though is people always end up borrowing too much. But that is the secret to wealth is that if you don't borrow heaps, you can actually get the price appreciation to look after you, and you never have to sell your asset. Okay, so remember, Bitcoin grows at 50. If you borrow at 5, you can live off it. Of course, the volatility can wipe you out though. That's the unfortunate part about this. So these things are generally bad news, but that's the whole idea, right? That's why we want, I guess, pDAI to be successful on PulseChain as well. So comments here from This is Decentralized Me. De-risking to a stablecoin without a bank account. He's already said that he's releasing his stable, taking over Maker and advertised pDAI 4 times. I imagine he's talking about his stablecoin pDAI. So this is the type of stuff, maybe that's what's the future for PulseChain and everything else out here, friends. So you can de-risk how? Because here's the thing, friends. You can move your PulseChain core coins if this whole puzzle piece is complete with pDAI. For example, okay, I'm not just talking about pDAI, but it's many altcoins, everything on PulseChain. If it ends up happening to spend money, you don't have to sell your core coins. You don't have to. You can put like your in the Maker in the contract, right? Because it's pretty much super safe in terms of code wise. You can put say $1 million in there, and then you can take out your $10,000. Maybe you want to go invest in other parts in the markets. You can do that. Or spend money. Maybe you want to pay bills. Maybe you want to pay bills, but you don't want to sell. But just please be careful doing this, friends. This is how you can get into a lot of trouble. Because in the bear market, things can go down 98%. They can, okay? But theoretically, this stuff is good. Theoretically. Speaking of pDAI, friends, the price chart is around 1.1 cents. Can we go down lower, below a cent? Yeah, man, anything's possible. PulseChain, core coin, obviously, they're down. But I'm hoping we are 10 cents by June. And then, because that'll tell me that the friendship dream is occurring. And remember, a win for PulseChain all around occurs if you have pDAI smacking up, because then pretty much we can start to do the Hyperloop. You watch my previous videos on that. I also found this funny out in the universe, friends. So Jake Gagain. So DaVinci J15, friends, one of the first guys I found in crypto at the end of 2018. He says, this has to be one of the dumbest people in crypto. He mentions, Homie made a YouTube video about buying Bitcoin at $1, but he never bought it himself. Then DaVinci replies and he shows mic drop. He actually goes to his email from 2011 and he shows him buying 20 Bitcoin for like $17 or 17 Bitcoin for $20. He's literally buying it around the dollar, which is funny enough. Alex Becker, I'm telling you straight up, if I even make $200 million in crypto, I'm never speaking or interacting with any of you truckers ever again. So if he made $1 billion, as people say, I deep confuse. That's kind of funny out here. So then you have a lot of people arguing and stuff here as well. Friends are talking about, hey, Mr. Stephen Haas official saying he's one of the richest Bitcoiners now. I think if I remember, friends, Bitcoin, DaVinci bought 2,000 BTC at 4K and then again at 10K because he had sold back in 2017. It's kind of funny. His interesting story. DaVinci, I think he used to be in Chile, and unfortunately he had an ex-wife. She really did the dirty on him. She backstabbed him. If you guys remember from DaVinci channel, remember Inti, the little Argentine Inti kid? So Inti was dating DaVinci's daughter, and then DaVinci took him on like a father figure and stuff. Then they basically, oh man, so dirty. Inti, the little kid, and DaVinci's ex-wife, they colluded. They went to like a legal guy and a judge, and they tried to like rob him of all his money. So yeah, it's kind of bad, very, very bad news. I think they said he was abusive or something, but I don't know. Oh man, it just got nuts. But this is where the crazy part. This is what I remember. I remember in one story he said, friends, DaVinci sold the top at $17,000 BTC, but because he's such a believer, he couldn't do it. He had to get his ex-wife to actually click sell. He physically couldn't actually exit. He actually had to get her. He goes, you have to click sell. I can't actually do it. You have to click these buttons here for me. I can't do it. Isn't that wild? Yeah, so that's what actually happened. And then he ends up, I think, buying back at 4K, and he buys back up. He actually, funny, the FOMO got him in back here. He bought 10K back in here. But yeah, that's why DaVinci's talking about a lot of like little altcoins and stuff out here. If you're in the PulseChain community, you know how Hans does little old lady strategies? Yeah, we all got it from DaVinci J15. So Hans and everyone remember. So Oh man, I can't believe it's been that many years, friends. We're sharing you these stories and stuff out here. I learned about Da Vinci from Crypto at the end of 2018. But yeah, friends, you got to see a lot of people, they want to check, oh, are you a billionaire? Oh, aren't you? Like, do you see how low level sad that is? Like, bro, who cares whether he has all the money or not? How does that impact you? Like, you care, because these people just care about perception and reputation out there. Dude, how sad is that? Like, how does that impact your ability to find the next low value altcoin? How does that impact you? How does that allow you to understand memes, cults, religions in this archetype in crypto? How does that allow you to understand the fractals of your friend Somi and me and Spoonie I've been showing you with Ethereum maybe breaking $5,000 soon and continuing higher? How does that help you understand that? An alt season, wave 1 and wave 2. How does that help you understand the fractals I show you with others BTC friends, which is the ratio of altcoins to Bitcoin, you know what I mean? And looking for our targets and stuff. It doesn't. So these people are completely wasting their time. But yeah, I'm not surprised really. Remember, friends, recently we saw the Finland government. They've got article writers here. This is the actual author. I know it seemed like, bro, the simulation. How did you make this? This is the guy fighting our back. Like, bro, I'm still shocked. Okay, the Finland government, they believe that they own the Ethereum blockchain. They think they own the Ethereum blockchain, therefore they think everyone in the world has to give the government pretty much money. They're targeting Richard Hart. I guess he's public enemy number 1 to them. They're probably going to try to target everyone, other people out there later on too, just like the rest of the Euro cucks out here. So they have to go argue in court with 196 other countries about who actually owns Ethereum blockchain and how you can separate this stuff out here. But in the meantime, everyone just has to wait for the cycle to play out. And we are definitely bullish as well. Remember, I showed you that Bhutan nation, friends. They bought BNB, man. I'm still shocked. Wow. A nation literally buying an altcoin. A nation. Remember, Bhutan have the highest GDP ratio of Bitcoin on their balance sheet. 40% of their GDP is Bitcoin. So they have 13,000 BTC. That's about $1.2 billion. They have $2.9 billion GDP. That's wild. So 40% is literally Bitcoin reserves. And they own now ETH and they own BNB. So they're buying altcoins, which is the first time in history. This is making me very bullish for the crypto industry, especially in 2025. I found this funny as well when I saw this, friends. So Predator is a Bitcoin maxi and Michael Saylor unfollowed him because Predator, Saylor's podcast appearances have only become more and more disappointing to me as the years went on. I don't see any progression in his Bitcoin journey, only regression. And he's talking about because Michael Saylor is taking on more leverage. So people in Bitcoin, obviously, they believe leverage is sin because they believe Bitcoin is going to flip the US dollar and it's going 100 trillion one day. Okay, 100 trillion. Therefore, that's $10 million per Bitcoin. So they believe that doing leverage is a complete waste of time and you're just going to wipe yourself out. That's the belief, right? So that's why when Michael Saylor does leverage, he's giving people access to a share, which is just a digital New York database Ponzi, and basically taking on people's money to go and buy BTC. That's why they're having these arguments and stuff out here. But ultimately, it doesn't matter what you think because I believe that the Bitcoin dominance will fall. We're still waiting for it. Okay, it has some downtrend and stuff. I believe it will fall and we're ushering in that altcoin season as you get to see. Right now, we're just at extreme levels right now. It's just a lot of these people are still in disbelief, waiting. Check this out as well. The COPE has begun. Holding Bitcoin, the newest form of white privilege. How bridging the gap of access inequality by redistribution is the only solution. So it's kind of funny out here that the COPE has begun because as crypto goes higher, we're going to see more of that appear. I can't wait. Something interesting about PulseChain as well. Friends, the PulseChain FUD, it always comes out early before the rest of the market front runs it. So this was Ethereum's price after the PulseChain FUD eventually comes out. The Richard Hart, Soyland, Soyboy, Interpol FUD and stuff out here. So it's really weird how it always happens. I don't know what it is. It's like when the market runs out of buyers, everyone's basically even on that regard. PulseChain, my theory is, because PulseChain has no centralized exchanges, when news events hits, there's no buyers to absorb, so it just slices down because there's no leverage buyers. There's no one with 10x leverage who's using an artificial $1 million to hold up the price. So it just slices through. And because it slices through, you just get the price down and everyone thinks, oh, we go down and everything else is going up. But no. Then a week later, everything else goes down as well, which is actually what we just saw. This phenomenon has been going on for 2 years, by the way. Start off with Hex. Remember, recently we saw Charles Hoskinson saying, there is no innovation on PulseChain. Friendly reminder as well, friends. PulseChain is doing 6 times more volume than Cardano. 6 times, okay? Look at this. Apple hasn't innovated in 20 years. McDonald's didn't change a menu in 40 years. Bitcoin hasn't added a single piece of code that's like relevant for tech or anything. You know, oh, you got the opcat Bitcoin JPEGs and stuff, but that's not real stuff. That's like, you know what I mean? Friends, it's like you got a skateboard and now you've got like a fan that can, like, you're trying to fan yourself in the air, and the guy next to you is just driving a car. Okay, that's how irrelevant it is. Cardano hit 100 billion market cap without smart contracts enabled in 2021. So innovation, it doesn't necessarily mean price go up, okay? Because only one thing wins the innovation game, 30 things go to zero, and then everyone starts to copy the innovation stuff. That's Bitcoin, that's Ethereum, that's the stable coins, okay? We have the DEXs with Uniswap as well, PulseX in that regard as well. Remember, the community is the asset. So look at this ranking difference. PulseChain's all the way up here, friends. PulseChain is ranked like 6 or 7 or 8 in volume, and look at activity. Cardano's around like 40, man. It's like there's 20, like just 20 or 30 or 40. It's just like all the way down the line. So you can't make that up. Now here's the $5 million daily volume for Cardano. PulseChain's basically just beating it in every single regard. Also, if PulseChain flips Cardano's price, it's a 50x. 50x if it flips it. Man, that'd be nice. That'd be really nice. We're all here to believe, friends, as well. This is us dancing if crypto pumps really hard this year. So that's what we're looking for, okay? We are looking for friendship, but it's still a journey. It's still a journey, friends, okay? And don't ever forget that. Catching you, my friend, with all the Pokeballs out here. Waiting for this 4-year cycle to continue. I know it feels bad every time, man. Every time things stop. But truth be told, man, we are exactly repeating the things of the past still. And when you actually check it, it's not a staircase glide up. It was never a staircase glide up. Instead, it was die forever. Ethereum and Bitcoin hit these critical points wherever they are, and then everything else starts splatting up. So is it going to repeat again? I don't know. You tell me. Like, subscribe, better, and all. Catch you in the next one.